Space 101.1 FM, KMGP, welcomes you to Broken, Alaska, the world's only improvised radio drama series. As the tourist season ramps up, the residents of Broken are busy cleaning up town and prepping for the summer season. Let's join adventure guide Carlos and local resident Kitty on Main Street to learn more.
These are real good quality ropes, Carlos. You know your stuff.
Well, I appreciate that you noticed the quality because these were very expensive ropes. They're twin ropes, 8 millimeter, and they're dry ropes.
Dry ropes. Those are the best.
Well, you need dry ropes in a climate where there's, snow and things like that. But these are 70-meter ropes, so they should be plenty long and plenty wide to do all sorts of climbing.
70 meters, yeah. Where have you been climbing? That's pretty ambitious, Carlos.
Well, I thought that we might try climbing the Awipe Mountain.
Love that idea.
The thing is, though, I have to warn you, though, Kitty, with these twin ropes, the key thing is that you have to clip both strands through each piece of the protection gear. Just like you would with a single rope, except you need to get both through.
To be honest, I don't really need protection gear. You definitely should. I'm a very adventurous and treacherous woman, Carlos.
Well, I appreciate that about you, Kitty, but
thank you.
I thought you could help me try this out, this new canyon harness.
Oh.
Here, let me put it on you and see if it fits. Before I buy these for the tourists, I thought that you and I would try them out. So it should be a little snug. Here, I can...
Feels a little...
if you pardon me...
Oh, that's in the wrong spot, Carlos. Okay.
If you pardon me, I need to reach around to their
groin
area and loosen it up a little bit there.
Are these the ways that you're getting with all those tourists?
A gentleman does no kiss and tell.
Well, someone's been kissing and telling because I've been hearing about it.
I like to be with people, and I like women.
Well, I like people, and I like women too, so, but now that you're with Annika, you probably don't have much time left for the tourists, do ya?
Annika, you see the bags under my eyes?
Oh, yes, Carlos, I do.
Annika, I have not been sleeping for days at a time.
Ooh.
Oh, my gosh, Annika.
But that does free up some tourists for good old Kitty.
Yes, well, I'm sure that I could give you maybe a few of my secrets.
Carlos, would ya?
Yes, of course.
I think we could work out an excellent partnership,
I think so.
Yeah.
Kitty.
Oh, Heather, hey.
Hey, Carlos. A lot of things going on. We're ramping up for this big summer tourist season.
It's going to be bigger than ever.
I'm just so happy how everybody's been pitching in and getting work done around the town. Even George dusted around his antique shop. I can see the floor inside of George's.
George dusted?
Never happened in my lifetime, tell you that.
And while I am grateful for Stewie putting the money behind the remounting of the Warren G. Harding statue, I am so grateful for Burt. Burt has done an amazing job of bringing the statue back to its glorious state, buffed it and shined it up so beautifully. Who knew it was copper? It's beautiful, like the Statue of Liberty. It's shining like a beacon in the middle of our town.
Have you ever noticed at noon when the sun hits the statue, it lights up the whole harbor?
It's so wonderful. And who knew that Warren G. Harding had the body of an Adonis? Those abs. Have you seen those abs, Kitty? They look
great.
Almost as good as yours.
Almost.
Oh, excuse me, Heather. I'm standing here without a shirt on. No mention of my abs.
Well, maybe that's who... Have you been standing and modeling for Burt?
Well, no, I should.
And now, when the tourists come into town, Carlos, you can take them right down the street and see the beautiful work Burt has done. I'm so very grateful.
I think we are going to see a lot of Warren G. Harding on Instagram these days. Let's put it that way.
Yes, hashtag Warren G. Harding statue. I love it. And I know Stewie's been paying for everything.
Yeah, Stewie's been throwing money around left and right, like paying for everything.
I think it's too much. We need, as a town, to pay him back. So I put out a donation box in front of the statue, and well, I got some interesting donations. Not any cash or checks. There was a squirrel tail.
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
Okay, there was some coupons for Spim.
That was me. Sorry.
Okay, and then there was a half a pack of gum. It was just not anything that I can give to Stewie in return for all he's done for the town.
Well, Heather, Stewie, he has billions of dollars. I mean, if he wants to pay for things in town, I say we let him pay for things in town.
I think it's a little excessive, to be honest. It's like he's showing off, Like we're the lesser people. You can't afford this, well, let me just pay for it. I don't like it.
The town needs to stand on its own and not rely on money from some big businessman.
Hear, Heather.
Well, you're right, Heather. I mean, it's impressive the way, for example, when that guy from UGA wanted to put a big chain grocery store here, the way you drove him out. I mean, that was,
For the 1,000th time, I did not drive the UGA man out of town. You people did. I am tired of being blamed for things. The bride and groom, the money, the AC guy, everybody blames me. I am just the head of the town council of Broken. It's an appointed position. I have no authority over anything. I sign permits all day. I sit at a desk. I'm alone. I don't know where the mayor is. Everybody blames me for everything. I need a cup of coffee.
Oh, yes, I totally
Yes,
agree.
of course.
Calm down. We'll get you a cup of nice coffee from Mark.
You know what you need, Heather?
What?
You need to go out on a date.
Oh, yeah, it's that time of year.
You need to stop holding a candle for that mayor. And you need to find yourself a man or a woman.
Well, I was.
Or both. I don't judge.
I don't know.
Well, you
Yeah.
could join our scheme.
Scheme?
I am giving Kitty some tips about how to make friends
Friends?
with the people coming off the boats.
Friends.
It's part of the tourist outreach program.
I mean, we want to make them feel welcome, don't we?
My whole goal in life is to make people feel happy and welcome in Broken.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Okay. Well, along those lines, I have to go down to the dock and get the new group of tourists and bring them uptown.
Perfect.
Great.
Can't wait to see them.
Sounds like there are a lot of projects in the works in Broken. Let's head over to Burt's new business, the Huehuetenango Coffee Roasting Hut. So this is my little baby, roaster number 1. Used to be an old peanut roaster. Picked it up when I was in Seattle recently.
That's still pretty fancy, Bud. Where'd you get the money for all this? It's amazing.
I have a rather generous pension from the Met and from Interpol. So, and my investments paid off rather nicely, so I was able to put this together. Try this. I just roasted this up 2 days ago because you can't really drink coffee the same day you roast it. The flavor needs 24 to 72 hours to really fully develop. Otherwise, it just tastes like smoke. So here, try this. This is a coffee from Papua New Guinea that I roasted up a couple days ago. Yeah, it's got a nice sort of, kind of a spicy herbal note to it.
Jungle, a bit of desert, all tied up into one.
Yeah, very good, Brick.
Tell me something. Why do you have such a long name for this place? Hawana, what? What the devil? Where'd that come from?
Huehuetenango. It's a coffee growing region in Guatemala.
Really?
Yeah. It's fun to say, too. Try saying it. Huehuetenango.
Yeah,
Fun.
That is just amazing.
Wait, I'll say it sexy. Huehuetenango.
Yeah. Oh, all the way to Broken. Did Rose help you set this up?
Well, no, I actually did get the idea from Rose, though, because she has been saying it would be nice if there was somebody in Broken who roasted coffee here. So we'd have our own special roast. It would be more of a foodie kind of thing. And I'm going to also package the coffee and give it a clever name like Broken Bean Blend or something like that and sell it to the tourists, too.
Have you heard from Rose?
She's very excited about having fresh roasted coffee here.
I miss her, Bert.
I know. And Brick, I got to give you all the credit in the world for standing aside in that thing with Mark. I had no idea that Mark was going to completely blow it.
Yeah, well, that doesn't matter. Everyone.
I don't know if she's ever going to speak to him again.
Well, she's not talking to me either. I can't continue the deal that we made, man. I've got to change that.
Well, I don't blame you.
First thing tomorrow, I think, I'm going to pull that billboard down and make peace.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me one thing. So how did you get permits for this so fast?
Well, I just went down to City Hall and told Heather I was going to open up a coffee roastery in the old Rexall drugstore, and she gave me the permit.
Heather?
Yeah.
Our Heather?
Yeah. Old man Fletcher said he'll sell it down at his grocery store. I got an order from Jean-Claude's Patisserie.
Well, look, I tell you, I got an idea. The laundromat's up. It's brilliant.
Thank you for getting it ready, because, the last few months have been really rather challenging with, people having to do their undies down in the Jackhole River and,
Anyway, look, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Underneath the laundromat now, I have a beautiful open space. I was going to open a coffee house there.
Really?
Well, all you need is a bunch of tables, a cash register, and a steamer, and that's it. A barista bar.
Taste this.
Which
This
one?
is my newest blend. I call it Burt's Beans. It's a yellow honey processed coffee. You like that?
I love that.
Yeah. So anyway, how is that Viking burial service that you're doing? I heard you set Old Man Fletcher's boat on fire.
Yeah, well, I had this really brilliant idea of firing arrows into the barge, into the pyre, and the fuel.
As they do, yeah, Viking
as the
burial.
Vikings
Yeah.
do, but whoever Lars got was a little bit short-sighted. And yeah, she basically half destroyed Fletcher's pontoon boat.
Well, did you ever work out the whole cremation thing? Because Lars was telling me that you were using a pizza oven, but I think a pizza oven only gets up to, maybe 600-700 degrees, and a good cremation oven, 1,400 degrees minimum.
Well, we've kind of semi-cremated the last 8. Did a reasonable job, but
Are you telling me you basically baked the corpses?
pretty much so. Yeah. That's
Oh,
the problem.
Lord.
I know.
Well, Brick, why did you think of putting the cremation oven on that duck that you bought from Seattle?
There was nowhere that Heather would give me a permit to put a body roaster.
Oh, so you were thinking like international waters,
Yep.
there's no
Yep.
laws.
Water generally, once that duck's out there, I can bake away, and the smell doesn't sort of hit the town.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because I was talking to Joey, and Joey said that there's one place down on Main Street where the aroma from the coffee roasting and the aroma from the cremation oven come together like two aromatic weather fronts and collide.
All right, mate, it's been fabulous talking to you. I have to go and talk to Lars, all right? So I'm going down to Moshi and talk to him about things that don't go right when you want them to.
Wait, before you go, Brick, keep your eye on Lars. There's something not quite right about that. Why would the company pay him for years to guard an empty ship?
And that's a good question.
He is generally the same size and build as the Dagger.
You ever meet people and you can't trust them?
Yes, of course.
Well, he's one of them.
I don't trust him either.
No.
You're listening to Broken Alaska, radio's only improvised ongoing drama series on Space 101.1 FM. Visit us on Facebook at Broken AK and let the station know what you think of the show at space101fm.org. Brett Brickman has been trying to get new businesses to open up in Broken since he moved here 20 years ago, but with limited success. Let's go to the harbor where the Moshi Toibashi fish processing ship has sat unused for several years. Lars Larsenson, the security guard, has been finding creative ways to use this space.
You see just over the edge there, that's the block and tackle we haul the bodies out to the water, fully frozen.
Terrific, yeah.
And then they slide right down the stairs, all the way down, 3 flights. Let's run down and take a look.
Ow!
Brick, I should have warned you about the low-hanging overrises, or you're going to nail yourself.
Thanks for telling me, Lars.
Well, you stand tall for such a short fellow. Listen, come on down. I'm excited to show you how we're handling the bodies. Step around this. This is some business from when Denise came over 2 nights ago. She's all into candle making now, and this wax and candle stuff is all hers when we were on a bit of a date. Come on, shuffle past it, thank you. And now we'll come down 1 more flight there, Brick. Watch your head.
So where do you keep the bodies? In this freezer?
Yeah.
How many can you get in there at one time?
We can get into like 60. This was
In the freezer?
Yeah.
What, on tables? What are they? How do you do that?
I've hooked up a system of blocks and tackles and pulleys and whatnot, and it works kind of like when you're at the dry cleaners and the little rotary brings the shirt around. It's like it brings the body around to you. You just push the button.
God. I don't think I want to see that.
Yeah, Brick, we haven't got any bodies in there now, so you don't have to be worried. I just want to show you the system. We've done 8 bodies in the past week, Brick. It's really been a success.
Okay.
We're moving these bodies through to the flaming Viking burial.
I've had a couple of complaints, all right? I really think you should cut out the flaming arrow thing, because that's not working, obviously.
But Rico, early in our joint venture of the burial service, you said it was all about the money, and the flaming arrow is a big seller.
Well, no, it's not. It's a big coster. It cost me money, and the harbour master is a little angry.
We didn't know that the elderly widow was going to be able to launch an arrow that far. Do we need to get a little bit better at the aiming of the arrows, and perhaps...
I mean, I love the idea. I mean, I love the vision of the flaming arrow landing at the funeral pyre barge. But
The 7 out of the 8 arrows landed perfectly, and the Viking burial burned at sea and sank perfectly, and it was a beautiful sight, and many people wept.
that last burial with the arrow being fired, she hit old man Fletcher's pontoon boat and set it on fire. It cost me $3,000 to buy new tarps.
It's really your fault, Brick. You went to Felcher's grocery store and you bought the cheap toy arrow and bow set. You knew that wouldn't work correctly. This is a Viking funeral.
Instead of an arrow, we'll have someone on our duck boat to throw a flaming spear at the funeral pyre. How's that?
Spears, Brick, are Roman and phallic, and I don't think I like either of that.
Oh, really? Well, then how about I get Carlos to dress as Thor? All right, and he can throw a flaming hammer at the barge.
There will be Scandinavian funerals honoring the Vikings, and I will never have any of your Odins or your Thors or your pathetic little Adidases down at my wharf.
You do know that Thor is a Norse god, don't you? I mean, are you really from Scandinavia? Is that accent even real?
How dare you quote me the pantheon of Norwegian and Scandinavian gods? Of course I know Thor. I just don't want to have a big phallic spear running down the wharf stabbing into people.
Well, we'll use his hammer. A flaming hammer.
A hammer? Is your Brooklyn accent for real?
Look.
What I think I'll do is I'll do it on my own. I don't think I need your help. Your businesses haven't gone so great, and I'm not excited about it.
Show me this freezer, will you? And shut up.
I don't want to show you the freezer.
Show me the freezer.
I'll show you the freezer when you apologize.
For what?
For being an ass. This whole time I've done all the work on this Viking burial.
Fine. Just show me the freezer.
Fine.
Let's just stop talking.
I have serious questions about you, Brick.
Oh.
Here's the freezer. Just get out of the way. It's a big door, and don't hit your short head. Brick,
What's all this?
I don't know. I've never seen this before. This was empty last night.
What the hell?
Those are statues of the baby Jesus. They've hung them from the burial hooks.
By the neck.
I am not a particularly religious man, although I do understand the pantheon of Norse gods.
5.
But that isn't improper. There's 5 of them. We don't have 5 baby Jesuses in the town.
We have one baby Jesus in this town and a statue of Buddha.
None of these look like our baby Jesus statue at the Cherniglost. I didn't put these here, Brick. I don't know anything about this.
Oh, no, you were too busy with... You were Denising last night, weren't you?
Yeah, you don't need to be jealous.
Anyone could have gone. Well, they could have got a platoon or a freaking squadron of aircraft through here, and you wouldn't have noticed because you were with Denise.
Look, we were in the hot tub. Maybe somebody slipped in while we were in the hot tub for quite some time.
Well, somebody obviously did, Lars.
I know.
You're supposed to be the security guy.
Well, there's no rule against somebody putting stuff on the boat. It's taking from the boat. That's what I guard against.
Well,
and nothing's been taken.
And what is this in the middle of the floor? Why would someone put tulips? 5, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 bunches of 5. Oh, God.
Brick, I've got to go tell the sheriff about this.
Let me just take one of these with... oh, God. They're frozen.
It's a freezer, Brick.
Somebody's put them in nitrogen. Because they're brittle.
Brick, I don't know. You've been in Broken much longer than me. Do you understand this? Do you know anything about this?
This is the dagger.
Who's the dagger?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
What am I not to worry about? There's a...
And we'll tell you a bit later what's going on, all right?
We?
Yeah.
Who's we?
I've got to go and see Burt. I have to see Burt quickly.
Will Burt know what to do? Brick asks Mark and Sheriff Jim to join him at the Huehuetenango coffee roaster hut to come up with a plan.
Gentlemen, somebody's been telling people about dangerous criminals named the Dagger, and I'm now just learning about it.
Yeah, well, you had other things to do.
Excuse me. Am I not sworn law enforcement in this town? Look at this badge. I shine nightly, flash shines it every morning.
Well, we didn't want to worry you, Sheriff Jim.
I eat worry for breakfast. That's part of my job.
Well, that's
I'm
part
very
of the
hurt,
thing.
guys. At the company picnic, if you remember the town picnic three years ago now, August 22nd at about 11:28 a.m., but who's keeping track? You picked random tourists for the softball team and left me sitting there on the field, not able to play.
Well, you had to surveil.
I was off duty. I was playing. I had donuts. I had carbonated sugary beverages. You guys always pick me last for everything.
Well, look.
Okay, but I just so you know, for the record, I don't feel good about this.
Yeah, why don't we just park someone at Rose's door, front door, back door, wherever, or just guard the place?
Well, hey, wait a minute. Why isn't she here?
Well,
If we're going to park somebody at her doorstep, she ought to be informed.
I didn't want Rose to panic and maybe even leave town because of this thing.
I think it's best that we don't tell Rose for the time being as we come up with this strategy.
We're going to have to watch her place.
Yeah, no arguments there. What's a good vantage point?
The top of the billboard across from her street is a great place to watch her house from.
How do you know?
Well, because it's my billboard. I own it. And I know that all the billboards, they've got a ramp at the back, and that is where the workers put their tools. So that's where the ladders go. It's really pretty up there. It's a nice view. Yeah.
A nice view of the
Mountains.
horizon behind
Mountains.
the billboard.
Yes,
The mountains.
mountains.
Not the
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Sounds like the best plan for us is to just set up a series of watches.
Yeah. And I'll take first shift.
All right, I'll come and spell you a couple hours from there.
And keep your eyes off the bathroom window, because from that height you can actually see everything.
Oh, God.
You know, I'll be writing you a citation when this is over, unless, of course, I deputize you all right now, and we can put this ugliness behind us.
Yeah, well, I think you should deputize us.
Raise your right hand, please,
Right.
even if you're from Australia. I solemnly swear to uphold the laws of Broken Alaska, the state of Alaska, the United States of America,
Broken Alaska, the state of Alaska, and the
all
laws
that
of the United States.
and where applicable,
And where applicable,
the human laws of physics,
the human laws of physics.
as it relates to the universe.
As it relates to the universe.
Amen.
Amen.
How many yards from the billboard to Rose's front door?
33.
Again, I'd like to hand over my night vision goggles to who's first?
Brick.
Me.
Brick?
Brick's first.
Me.
You know, take care of
Thank
those
you.
and don't
Thank you.
don't get gunk on them.
All right.
And also, I've got this collapsible baton. Hit him behind the knee. It collapses him like a cheap bag of
All right,
potatoes.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Okay, and most importantly, and I don't do this lightly, because as you can see, it's in a fancy case, velvet on the inside.
Annika would love that.
This is the silent whistle that beckons Flash. Only blow this,
What the hell?
unlike the bugle system, only blow this in absolute emergencies.
Got it.
Because once you blow this, he drops everything he's doing, including the dishes he's supposed to be doing tonight, and then he does his own litter box. He'll drop that all and come running to save you, Rose, and kill the dagger. And remember, it's silent, so when you blow it, it's going to sound like nothing to you, but to Flash in his world, it's like the scream of a lost loved one on their last birthday.
Oh, for God's sake. We should be able to work out who the dagger is purely by, taking names off a list and saying,
The
well,
process
they've
of
been...
elimination
Right.
I think,
Yes,
is what you're searching
yeah,
for
that's
there.
what
All
I was
right.
thinking.
In the secret dance hall under City Hall, I have on the wall everybody in town, how long they've been here, everything we need to know to try and figure out who could be the dagger.
How do we flush them out in the open then?
Why don't we just get Jim to arrest everyone in town, every man in town, like over 30, and
That's half the town.
interrogate them?
We've only got a 2-cell jailhouse. Where are you going to put them?
I don't know. I just thought it was, muscle them into.
I will say this, gentlemen, Flash and I will increase stop and frisks throughout town. Everybody enjoys a nice frisk.
Look, why don't
Correct.
we try fooling the dagger into thinking that Rose is at the produce stand? Draw him away from her house or wherever she might be.
Mark, you read too much.
Hi, detective author here?
Fiction. It's fiction, Mark. That's the problem with you.
Well
Everything is-
researched fiction, thank you
Oh,
very much.
Goodness me. Really?
Yeah. Now, what do you got?
I just want to keep her safe.
I want to keep her safe, too.
Yeah, but not as safe as I do.
Oh, really?
Really.
How safe do you think you can keep her, rich man?
Oh, a lot richer and safer than you can.
When was the last time you put up a hand to do something other than sign a check?
Let me think about that.
Exactly.
Well, you know what, Mark? You might be all He-Man in your mind, but all I see is whimsical guy who reads books and I don't know, smells coffee in the frickin' hills or something. You're
Whimsical.
weird. I mean, you go on these long sabbaticals and who knows what happens when you're doing that. You could be the dagger. You could be the damn dagger.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You could be the dagger, too, Mr. I live in a house on the hill so I don't have to put up with everybody in this town.
Hey, I've got an idea. Maybe we could just put Rose up at the Best Western in Austinville.
Why don't we just put her up in a room with a twisted dinghy? I know she'll be safe there.
She just doesn't happen to be talking to you at the moment, Mark. Have you not noticed?
Yeah, and I've also noticed that she's not talking to you either.
You are the reason she's not talking to me.
Oh, I'm the reason?
Yes, you're the reason. Burt, you tell Mark why I am not talking to Rose.
Mark, I asked Brick to step aside and leave you a clear path to Rose.
All right, you did what? Burt,
Don't
how
you-
could you?
Because your episodes were getting closer and closer and more intense, and I know that
My-
this was the first time since Brooke that you felt this way about a woman, and I was afraid for you and the town if Brick didn't stand aside.
And you screwed that up.
Yeah, I'm well aware of that, Brett.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
you.
you know what? Now you know why there's a billboard. Now you know why we're not talking.
Bert, I am seriously disappointed in you. I wanted Rose to have every opportunity to make up her own mind. How did you even know that she might choose me? You know I can't leave this town.
And guess what? That agreement is over. I am not so noble that I need to put up with this.
Fair enough. So, if Rose is not brutally murdered tonight, then may the best man win.
Okay.
One thing, Bert. About 10 minutes ago, you mentioned a dance hall below City Hall.
Yes.
Why have I never heard of this?
Well, we didn't want to tell you, Sheriff Jim, because we know you're a bit awkward about these things.
Oh, just because I don't touch when I dance like the rest of society? You don't invite me to a private dance hall below my own office?
So I appreciate that everyone's feelings are hurt. I acknowledge that. But I don't think this is the time to go over it.
I'm going to the billboard. I'm going to be there for the next 2 hours. Anyone can bring me coffee.
I will be bringing the coffee, thank you very much,
All
and I'll
right.
spell you in 2
And
hours.
I don't like that South African blend. It sucks.
I'll go ahead and bring some dark roast from the Huehuetenango factory, and I'm going to bring my 270, and I'm going to bring my skinning knife, and God help anybody who looks like the dagger.
And I'll spell you at 6 a.m. And I'll bring a dozen donuts from my own personal donut maker at home.
The sheriff and his new deputies head off to their respective tasks. After a quick stop at his big house high on the hill for supplies, Brick is sitting in his small perch on top the billboard across the street from Rose's house.
I should have bought some of that caviar, I think. Darling. This red wine doesn't go with fish. I shouldn't have bought those sardines, even though I like them. Gee, I wonder who that could be.
Brick!
Yes.
I'm here to relieve you.
What's with all the cuckoo noises?
That's the code.
Sorry, I didn't realize we'd set up a code.
I thought we'd work that out in advance.
Well, yeah.
Obviously, I was the only one paying attention during Sheriff Jim's lecture. What is this? This is an 800 fill countdown comforter?
Yes. Do not make one move. Would you please pick up that bottle of port and put it over here? Thank you. Careful, that's a 20-year-old bottle of port.
You brought alcohol, a known depressant, to a sentry post?
Yes, well, I thought you might need some.
Well, I brought coffee, because I thought at least one of us ought to be awake.
Well, thank you so much. Sit down and relax. I'm looking at Rose's place.
Oh, it's a pity there's only one recliner up here.
That's all I needed. Right?
Have some coffee.
Oh, thank you very much. About time. It gets a little chilly up here, you know. That's why I bought the comforter.
And the Barca Lounger and the space heater.
Uh-huh.
What have you got here? The Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg Business News, and The Economist?
Yeah, I finished all of them.
You're on sentry duty.
The great secret about business and business people is that they can multitask. All right?
Now, what's Rose been doing?
Well, she's had dinner.
All right.
Her favorite, of course. Half a dozen oysters and a Chateaubriand. She washed the dishes, and then she came back into the living room, and she's in a rather nice sort of camisole pajamas. And she's reading a book with a nightgown on.
What book?
I'm sorry. Would you like me to go over and ask?
No, give me the binoculars.
Here, look, stick it through the hole here. See these two holes? I drilled holes where the eyes are on my face on the other side of the billboard, so I can just look through them. That's really cool.
Oh, hey.
What?
She's reading Ursula K. Le Guin.
Really?
Orsinian Tales.
Yeah. Are you speaking
Wait a
German
minute.
or French now?
No, wait a minute. She's got another one. Dandelion Wine by Ray Bradbury.
Okay.
I gave her those books.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, look, thanks for coming. And I think it's time that I went and...
Hey, wait a minute.
The hell? All the lights in Rose's house just went out. Well, what happened? Tell me
I
what
don't know.
happened.
Weren't you watching?
Well, no, you're watching.
No, you were supposed to be watching.
You poured yourself coffee and sat on the recliner. That means you are now on duty.
Oh, really?
Yes. For goodness sake, Mark.
I had not officially said I am here to relieve... Wait a minute. I did say I was here to officially
That's
relieve
you, right. You betcha. You gave me the cuckoo noise and everything.
Which you did not acknowledge.
Wow. All right, come on. We need to get out of here.
Yeah,
we need to get over there.
Yeah,
we need to run over to a door.
Right. Get out of the way and I'll do that.
Well, no.
Come on, move. Get out. Hey,
No.
Ow!
Get out.
Get out of the way. There's only one ladder here, man. We're going to have to take turns. I'm going first.
I'm going first.
No, I am going
No,
first.
I'm going first.
I'm the one with the rifle. I'm going first.
You know what? That is only 15 feet. I'm jumping.
Oh, fine. If he can do it, I can do it.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah, that was not good. All right, come on.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, wait a minute. All the lights in the house just came back on.
Did you see what happened?
No. Did you see what happened?
No, I was running.
Well, I was running.
Let's go in.
Right. Stay behind
Oh,
me.
God.
You have the Wall Street Journal. I have a Remington.
Well, I have this.
What the hell is that?
Sheriff Jim's taser.
Just be careful where you're pointing at.
Well, I just... How did you pull this?
What?
Oh, my
What
God.
in the hell are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You tased me!
Oh, goodness.
You're supposed to be tasing the dagger!
Why aren't you lying on the ground like out cold?
That's because Sheriff Jim springs for the cheap, mostly ready batteries from Felcher's hardware section.
Oh, hang on a minute. Let me get the cables off you. God
you.
damn. I'm so
Ow.
sorry.
Thank
I got
you.
you right in the nipple then. Oh.
Yeah, ow. Thank
Ow.
you for that.
Okay,
All right,
let's
now
get
I'm
in
going to
here.
open the front door here. Follow me. The living room's down this hallway.
Oh, as if I don't know that. God's sake.
It's just around this corner.
Really?
God.
Okay. What? There's nothing. Rose is not here.
No, but look, there's a tulip on the couch. Looks like there's been a scuffle.
That
The
does.
book's open. It's lying on the floor, and there's blood on this page.
Well, is it Rose's blood?
I would assume so.
Rose.
Brick, you need
This
to
is
get
my
that silent whistle out. You need to call Flash.
Flash. Of course. Flash. Hang on. Ready?
Well, that's all the time we have for now. Broken Alaska was recorded at the studios of Space 101.1 FM and starred Lisa Kaufman as Kitty, Mike Fuller as Carlos, Burt, and the announcer, Julie Bragg as Heather, Paul Einhorn as Brick, Kevin Trawick as Lars Larsenson, Don Taylor as Sheriff Jim, and Michael Crowley as Mark. It was directed and edited by Carrie Aguila from an original idea by Mike Fuller and Carrie Aguila, sound designed by Mike Fuller, and music by Audionautics.com. Visit us on Facebook at Broken AK and download all the previous episodes for free from iTunes. And please leave us a review. It really helps us out. We'd tell you what's coming up next time on Broken Alaska, but since it's improvised, you'll know as soon as we do.